Hello, thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Sean. Another episode on this Esquire modification, why the pickup is out, etc. I just got to look, and I think I'm going to go ahead and polish these frets. Let's make sure that the neck is flat. Oops, there we go. It's 25.5-inch scale. There we are. Yeah, it's pretty flat. I'm going to take a little tension off, actually. A little bit of a back bow, not much. There we go. Perfect. All right, so first thing I want to do is I thought I'd go ahead and just check the frets, make sure they're all level. I'll also throw my stuff all over while I'm in the process. So I'm going to use this fret rocker. These things are fantastic. And I'm just looking for any high frets. If I see one, I'll mark it, and then I'll fix it. The frets all look pretty new, but they could definitely be polished, so may as well check them to see if they're all flat too. Every once in a while, I mean, even with a new guitar, you can run into some high frets. It happens just from shipping, from humidity, and just changes in temperature, etc. These all seem good though. They could definitely do with the polishing, and in addition to that, I want to condition this fretboard, because when it leaves here, I want it to look really good and play even better. All right, no high frets. I didn't think that there would be, but we would have repaired it if there were. So the first thing I'm going to do, this is what I use, by the way. I use this 4/0 steel wool, and I'm just going to kind of cover this up a little. Not that it matters. I'm going to take a very small piece of it. It doesn't take much. I'm going to polish the frets up. And what I usually do is just use some scissors. And let's see here. They cut off about this much. And that is more than enough. Get it done. Use these fret guards, or these fretboard guards. I'm not sure what they're called. I'm just going to put this over like that so that I don't scratch up the wood. Although you can use steel wool to clean fretboard if it's really gross, but this is not at all. And I am just going to polish up all these frets so that it'll be really smooth for bending and stuff, and it'll look really nice. So just that quick, you can see a big difference in the two frets. It'll take out any kind of little imperfections in there too. All right, so hang tight. You don't have to watch me do all these, but as soon as we're done with these, we will condition the fretboard. And like I say, it's just good while the pickup's out. It's the best time to get that done, because otherwise you have to tape up the pickup. Okay, they are all polished. They look really nice. Like I say, they were pretty new looking anyway. So what I always do, just so you know, whenever I use steel wool, I immediately get rid of it so it doesn't contaminate my workbench. I use a vacuum. If you're wearing headphones, be aware. It's not too loud, but all right. We're in good shape there. Something I didn't show you last time is this is all done. I mean, it's not. I haven't soldered it yet. We'll do that next. But I turned the switch around the opposite way, which I did not do in the last video. I meant to, so that it's still working correctly, because this is going to be going backwards. But we'll solder this up in the next video. Right now, let's go ahead and condition this. I'll tell you what I've used for years is mineral oil. But my friend, one of my very best friends, Dale, got me this Dunlop. It's 65. This is the fretboard and the polish is great. And this stuff's great. So I've just been using it. It's lasted forever. But mineral oil works really well too. I mean, I guess any kind of oil would work. One thing I would suggest though is using something that will not decay. So like vegetable oil and stuff like that, it could go rancid on you, whereas mineral oil can't. We're just going to put this all over, and we're going to let it soak in. The good thing about doing this, not only will it keep your fretboard looking nice, it really keeps it from chipping out or anything like that while you're playing. And you can't over condition it. I mean, it'll only soak up what it needs, so that's nice. Now, I just let it sit on here for about 3, maybe 5 minutes, and then wipe off the excess. And that's it. But like I said, there's all different types of hydration devices, I should say, supplies for fretboards. I'm sure they're all good. I don't have experience with all of them, but mineral oil is fantastic. If you just want to buy something that will last forever and you can get in the grocery store or a hardware store. All right, now I'm going to spread this around a little. I always take a rag, especially on a fender. It's kind of hard to get up right next to the nut, so I usually just take a microfiber and get it right up in there. Any place where it looks like it's not up against the fret, I'm going to get. This stuff smells really good too. It has a nice lemony smell. Like I said, I've heard of people using vegetable oil and stuff, but it will and can go rancid, or can and will, however you want to look at it. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants a stinky fretboard. They get stinky enough without any help. Plus, it could harm the wood if it starts going bad on you. And you wouldn't want any kind of mold or rot, any other type of decay. All right. So we're just going to let that sit for just a couple minutes. Then we'll wipe it off. Okay. Should be good. So all I'm going to do is wipe this off, wipe off the excess. I do this to my guitars with rosewood or ebony fretboards like once a year. I mean, more if you need it. It depends on your climate. Here in Louisville, Kentucky, it's nice and humid, so they don't dry out too quickly. And I do. I have a I have a gauge in my music room that tells me the humidity in there all the time and the temperature too. All right, so that looks fantastic. Nice shiny frets. The only other thing I think I'm going to do, which probably doesn't need it, is let's just go ahead and let's go ahead and put some foil in the cavity there. Okay, so let's see here. There's really no trick to this. This is just copper foil. Be careful, it will cut you. And again, this is a humbucking pickup. This fenders don't come with anything like this in the cavity generally anyway. But since it's open and we're here, let's just go ahead and do it. Make sure we get a really good ground. All I'm doing, so you can see, just going to make sure I push this down all the way to the bottom. I want it to be nice and flush. Because if your components hit it, if your potentiometers and stuff hit it, it'll ground everything out. And I've been there before, trust me. And where the wires are, just going to cut some pieces. And like I say, all you do is just piece it together as best you can. Copper tape it's not too expensive. I think it works really well. It's a little bit better than the tape, or at least it's not as messy, and I can do it pretty quickly. So just working around this ground wire, and I'm going to work this piece around the output jack wire. Just tearing it. And then when we solder everything together, what I will do is I will solder the ground to this as well. And that will help ensure that we have a nice quiet guitar. That should be good. You can get this stuff at any hardware store. I get it on Amazon most of the time. But you can also use shielding paint. I mean, a lot of people do. There's nothing wrong with it. That's not where I'm going. This just seems to work well, and it's easy for me to use. That's really the only reason I use it. The paint's a little messy and doesn't smell super good. Although the paint won't cut your fingers, and this will if you're not careful. So I guess there's drawbacks to everything, right? We want this to come up over the edge just a tiny bit because we want it to touch the metal. First things first. All in here. And after I get it basically covered, I will I'll make sure I have enough of an edge all the way around to touch the metal covering. And really with humbucking pickups, to be honest, you don't really usually need it. But sometimes it depends on the guitar. So, like I say, while there's nothing in it, I say we just do it. What I want to do is make sure that it's not going too far. I don't want it to stick out. I think that's good. So it just barely has to come up and touch the metal. And that's what we're going to do now. We're going to go around and make sure there's a little lip. And I'm not going to do it in the pickup cavity because Telecasters have they have a base plate on the pickup, which really does a good job of grounding stuff. So there's really no reason to do anything like that. Another good thing about using tape is, so you can definitely, it's easier, I think, to get it up over the lip so that you have a complete ground. And if it's too much, like if it's sticking out, it's easy to remove. So whereas the paint it can just be messy. But you got to use what's comfortable for you. I prefer this myself. All right, this should be the last little piece. Yep, there we go. All right, all done. Looks good. Thanks a whole lot for tuning in again. The next video, we will go ahead and solder everything up and probably just set it up and finish it. So please like, share, subscribe, listen to Rifle every day. Rock on, love one another.